Last year, we faced a global pandemic, and we're still kind of in the middle of this thing, even though it's becoming a little bit more back to a new normal, right? But now we face something even greater. Last year, we faced physical problems, we faced mental issues, all these different things that affected us during this time. And some people were a lot more affected than others. And I sympathize for those individuals. But now we face something even more, something that affects us at our core. It's not another virus, it's not a sickness, it's not an attack from enemy nations, it's none of those things. What affects us more so today is a new word, although I think the word's been around, but it's a new word that we're hearing more and more often now. The New York Times actually posted a big article about this, which prompted this live broadcast to happen in the first place. And that new word that we're hearing a lot more of is languish. Languish is a sense of not making any progress. Languish is the feeling that you're not moving in any particular direction. And as I'm sure you can understand, this is more dangerous than a sickness. This is more dangerous than an obstacle or a challenge, because what brings us our source of happiness in the first place is our sense of making progress. Progress is happiness. Having a goal and making steps towards it is what causes us to feel good in the first place. And I wanted to actually show you this article that the New York Times was talking about because it was really an eye-opener. So check this out. It was written by an individual named Adam Grant. And Adam says, at first, I didn't recognize the symptoms that we all had in common. Friends mentioned that they were having trouble concentrating. Colleagues reported that even with the vaccine on the horizon, they weren't excited about 2021. Huge phrase there, not excited about this year. A family member was staying up late to watch National Treasure again, even though she knows the movie by heart. And instead of bouncing out of bed at 6 a.m., I was lying there until 7 playing Words with Friends. It wasn't burnout. We still had energy. It wasn't depression. We didn't feel hopeless. We just felt somewhat joyless and aimless. And it turns out that there's a name for that feeling: languishing. Languishing is a sense of stagnation and emptiness. It feels as if you're mudding through your days, looking at your life through a foggy windshield, and it might be a dominant emotion of 2021. In psychology, we think about mental health on a spectrum from depression to flourishing. Flourishing is the peak of well-being. You have a strong sense of meaning, mastery, and mattering to others. Depression is the valley of ill-being. You feel despondent, drained, and worthless. Languishing is the neglected middle child of mental health. Check this out. It is the void between depression and flourishing, the absence of well-being. You don't have symptoms of mental illness, but you're not the picture of mental health either. You are not functioning at full capacity. And I want to invite you to think about what this means. Think about what this means for you. Think about what this means for your family, your children, your significant others. Think about what this means for your community, your immediate community, but also the community at large, the community that you know you're impacting. If we are in this sense of languish, this emotion and feeling of not making progress, what is the number one way that we impact the people in our lives that we love? What is the number one way that we make a difference even with our children and our family? The number one way that we make a difference is by being that difference for them, not telling them what to do, not punishing them and giving them pain until they make the change that we want to see. But the number one way to really make an impact and a difference on your immediate family and loved ones and even the world is to be the change that you want to see. Listen, back in the pandemic, I gained like 15 pounds, right? And I still wasn't as big as I used to be, but 15 pounds for me was a lot. I started to get the love handles. I started to get the cellulite looking stuff. Like, it was not good, right? And I was able to eliminate 10 to 12 of those pounds. And even now, though, my sense of languish, because I'm no different than you, I'm in the same emotion myself, my sense of languish is still with my physical health, because I'm at a feeling of I'm okay, right? I'm still kind of lean. I still have great energy, but it's not what it was a year and a half ago to 2 years ago when I had even more energy that allowed me to perform and really show up for other people. So I commit to taking a stance and looking at my physical health and getting back into the shape that I was in so that I can have the energy, but also so I can be an influence to those around me. And you're probably wondering, okay, this languish thing, obviously it's a big deal. You might be thinking, Brandon, currently my sense of languish is in my finances, my relationships, my spirituality, whatever it might be for you. The first step to overcoming this sense of languish is the awareness that you're even in this position in the first place. So let me ask you, is there an area of your life right now that you're just not as happy with as you used to be, or you want to improve in this area in general? What is that area of life for you? Like I mentioned, that's my physical health for me, and I commit to making the change. What I want you to do is pinpoint what is that area for you, because awareness is the first step. The second step is determining where it is you want to go, and that requires a lot of self-reflection. So what I'm working on and what I did here was I created a survey similar to the survey you might have taken back in February. I think it's been 3 to 4 months now. It's crazy how time flies. I created a survey that will help you to self-reflect on where you currently are right now and where it is you want to go. This self-reflection will help you to recalibrate your focus. It'll help you determine what you have to do right now in order to get to where it is you want to get to. That survey link is in the description of this video right now. Click that survey. It'll take you 5 minutes to go through. And it helps me significantly because I'm working on a program or a masterclass or a workshop that's going to help bring you through these changes that you want to see. And it will also help to give me a really good idea of the content that I can help deliver to you. We've had a lot of amazing experts on the Be Better broadcast recently in the areas of mental well-being, in the areas of spirituality, physical health, finance, financial prosperity. We're having a lot of incredible guests on the show, and you filling the survey out will help me determine what is it that you want to make progress in, so I can continue bringing you these individuals who can talk about these areas and give you the strategies and the techniques that you can use. So I commit to overcoming this new word that we're hearing more about called languish, which is your comfort zone. And as you know, you don't grow in your comfort zone. You only grow and you only feel good and you only feel that sense of progress when you're making steps towards a goal that you're passionate about. So the first step is awareness. Take that survey in the description. It will help me immensely, and it will help you get a really good idea of where you currently stand. Check out the survey. Let me know how else I can serve you. And until we talk again next time, continue to be better.